Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. This is what I'm looking at. Somebody's begging. Somebody's begging a little bit. What's she begging for? These. I just had some because my trigger was a little on the low side. I mean, it wasn't catastrophic or anything, but, or even, right around that borderline or whatever, but it was enough to kind of make me feel a little, it was like 91, and I'm just kind of feeling like, even though it kind of jumped up a little bit, 94, just enough to feeling inside where it felt like it might go, might sink a little bit or something. So I'm just kind of like, I'm going to eat a few just to be on the safe side. I grabbed them when I went downstairs to use the bathroom. So, I don't know, just had that funny feeling when I first took it, and I'm like, let me grab it, just be on the safe side. Of course, they were in the freezer, like a good girl. And brought them upstairs. I'm sitting here and going through some of my social media and so forth, and it was just like, okay, yeah, I think I need to eat a few. So, of course, this one here is begging and purring away. And I'm like, no. Normally, I do not give her chocolate. She might get a little bit of something, some other things. But chocolate, no. The only time she gets that is if it's by accident. Goofy girl. So anyway, now she's going to rub herself on the phone. And this is a close-up of a cat's whiskers. Silly girl. My little silly girl. I have a silly girl. Oh. There. Anywho. Alright. So, good morning. I hope everyone's doing good. Yeah. I decided, or wound up, taking a night off last night. I went out to work. I did a couple of runs. And I found myself making some huge mistakes. Big time mistakes. Stupid mistakes. And I'm like, alright, I need to slow down. I had gone offline, and I'm just like, alright, go inward, take a long, hard look at yourself. What do you see? And I'm like, okay, I saw ego kicking in. I saw, well, anyway, yeah. So, I saw a stupid person basically kicking in. A not so good person that I don't want to be. With a lot of patterns going around circles, resurfacing again. And I'm like, nope. Shut those down. And I did that. I found myself falling asleep at the wheel. I'm like, yeah, this is not a good idea. So I decided, alright, I thought about, after checking my bank accounts and everything, because I was like, well, maybe I'll just run over there to Whole Foods tonight instead of tomorrow and take care of that. And I'm like, oh. But after looking at my bank accounts, I was like, maybe not such a good idea. And so I thought about maybe going back up online. Then I was just like, no, I can't do it. I'm too tired. So I'm like, all right, instead of buying 2 weeks worth of groceries, I'll just buy the week and go from there. So that's what I did. And actually, it wound up being a good idea. Going out west, out there, our cold front came in, and even in the parking lot, people were looking up and were like, "It's a possible tornado." It was pretty. It got kind of ugly. Winds kicked up. Something fierce reminded me of the dust storms out there. It was definitely kicking up all of the natural debris and so forth. Any loose soils, plant pollen, all that sort of stuff. I mean, it was just swirling, really kicking up something fierce. I kept my mask on. I was a good girl. And I had the windows closed too. But it wasn't that bad. But it just reminded me of that. And I'm sure that if it happened, if I was out there and it happened, yeah, it would have definitely have been a little bit of an issue. And I know that. Excuse me. Yeah, I got out there and I'm just like, okay, before I go into Whole Foods, let's just go next door here to World Market and walk around in there. And found myself I went in there because I was like, I haven't made pasties in a while, and that sounds so good. And I'm just like, all right, let me check out their marble rolling pins. Yeah, they had them all right. They're wanting a little bit of a pretty price for them. I'm like, no. So I did see a beautiful marble rolling, or a beautiful marble slab. Let's put it that way. Nice big size too. But again, they want a pretty price for it. And I'm like, marble ain't that expensive right now. If anything, stone, excuse me, has dropped in price over the years. So yeah, they're asking for a little bit too much. I'm missing the kitchen collection store, and unfortunately, I didn't know it until recently. They closed them all back in 2019. I'm like, fuck. So, oh well, it is what it is. So I'm gonna have to do a scavenger hunt for all of my stuff again. But that's okay. I'll find it all. So anyway, I decided not to buy a rolling pin. The one that Angie has is just terrible. But I'll see about it. I did find them up on Amazon, and I'll probably get them through there. They're only $20. So I'll just get them through there. And I'll check out the marble slabs too, so I have a decent rolling space too. I'll figure I'll do that as well. So anyway, I did that. Anyway, something that happened when I was still working at the other place popped through my head at that moment. But anyway, so I passed, and I looked at some of their other kitchen stuff, and had some really nice salt and pepper grinders there, but again, too high a price. I'm gonna have to get those here soon. I'm running low on my salt, so it's like, okay, I'm trying to run that down before I buy, and then I can just get the rock salt. But I'm getting there. And I'm still a little bit half asleep, just waking up. I say that every morning. No, it's the truth. I like doing these videos first thing in the morning. It kind of helps get my brain going. It's kind of like what the other people do with journaling first thing in the morning or whatever. Kind of the same for me. So, but anywho, instead, I was walking around the store a little bit, at least the kitchen side, and taking a look at some things and everything. And I saw this mug that they had. I'm just like, oh, it's very Southwest look. Kind of reminds me of like the tiles that you see there in the Southwest. the red background with the blue on and so forth. And I'm just like, I could, and it was the last one they had. Excuse me. I'm like, I couldn't pass it up. So yeah, I decided, and it was on sale for $5. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. I realize I don't need another mug right now, but I'm in the process of rebuilding my kitchen. So okay, I went ahead and got it. They had some bowls there too and so forth that I like, but just like, not right now. Not right now. So, little bit by little bit here each week. Yeah, right. I still got to get some food for her too. But I can make do with Angie's rolling pin. But in the meantime, that's the way I look at it. I want to make me some pasties this week. I got most of what I need to make them. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, I decided to make me those, and I'm going to do the spaghetti, and I've also picked up some chicken, and also stuff for salad. I have missed my salads. That was another problem I kept having too. When I was out there, my stomach was really getting upset, but I kind of wonder if it was maybe spirit telling me, basically my intuition kicking in, telling me, go home. So that's pretty much what I did. When I did that, calmed right down. So it's like, yep. And then with running in, it was kind of kicking in too on the way over there to Whole Foods. It was telling me, oh, don't go over there, this, that. And it's like, well, I'd much rather do it tonight so I don't have to run out first thing in the morning. Good thing I did, because they were slammed and running out of stuff in a big hurry. So yeah, I'm happy that I went over there and last night, and this gives me a whole day to just chill. You know, I could do my cooking. I could always see about baking some bread still. There's cookies left down there that I can finish off eating. And as far as any sort of baked goods are concerned, but I can see about doing up some bread. And then I can slice it off, do to make some garlic bread. And have that along with side salad. Excuse me, with my spaghetti. And yeah. And yeah, I stopped off at Walmart also because she needed litter, and I'm like, no, I don't want to be running out at all first thing in the morning to get anything. So I got that, and picked up a bottle of lemonade, and also a tub of ice cream. I'm like, I really want some ice cream. I'm so glad I did it. That really helped hit the spot. I don't know. My stomach just wasn't doing all too terribly great. So, I'm glad I did both of those. I picked myself up a bottle of Diet Sprite, small one, yesterday, earlier in the day, excuse me. But unfortunately, it just wasn't hitting right. So, but yeah, it felt good after I got done. I ate a little bit last night. I didn't want to be taking my insulin too early, even though I was ready for bed at 9 o'clock. I was exhausted, really exhausted. It's been a while since I've done this kind of driving, a long while, and it's been a while since I've been doing any of this sort of driving, and then it's been a long while since I've driven these sorts of miles that I've been driving this week, being in these sorts of situations, and these sorts of chaotic situations. I think Spirit's been easing me back into everything. It's been going easy on me, and then it's like, okay, let's throw it at her, see where she's at. Yep, That's pretty much what it has been. So, but, you know, all in all, despite the things that had happened and so forth, um, I'd still much rather be doing this than working that last job. hmm Yeah, I had opportunities where I could sit around on my ass doing nothing, blah, blah, blah. It's not me. I'm somebody, I'd much rather work for less pay if I can be busy, basically, and on my own, independent, and so forth. So that's just the way I look at it. Yeah, I'm making a lot. Definitely making less hourly. Um, Not anywhere near the potential what I know I could be making if I decided I wanted to go out and do something else or what have you. I know I'm a professional. I know I could be doing other things and so forth, but it's not what it's about. It's about following my heart. That's what it's about now. So it's just, to me, it's just not worth it. Plain and simple. So anyway, got home and swapped out her litter, so now she has all fresh new litter, and she has more in there now. I have to swap it out about once a month. So it starts getting low, and once it starts getting low, it's better just to dump it and start fresh instead of adding new. It's like, no, you still got that old litter in there too, so it's, I mean, there's not a whole lot that's left, so just dump it and replace it. That's the way I look at it. I used to use the paper bedding stuff, but because I couldn't stand the smell of the clay stuff, but I found this stuff, non-scented and everything, and she's pretty clean too, so I just go ahead and use that. And that paper bedding, I was going through about 2 bags a month, so that was about $40. This is only about $6. I'm not trying to spend $6 on a good $40. So, but no, I was doing my calculations. I actually only, since last Saturday, I worked, what was it, about 43, a little over 43 hours, 43 point something hours or whatever. So about 44 hours, something like that. So, and as far as my monetary goal, I definitely exceeded it. So, yay. Awesome. Now, what I want to do, especially with taking today off, Sunday start working Sunday through Thursday, and then taking off Friday, Saturday, instead of doing this sporadic like I have been doing or whatever. So that's my goal next, and meeting the monetary goal. And then after that, what I really want to do is start working 10 hours. So I'm getting 50 hours a week. And that will put me, actually, that'll make sure I'm at least meeting my weekly minimum goal, but should exceed it. So that'll be good. And that will also help to take care of gas for the week. So I can try and have that extra money for other things that I need, like health insurance. I still need to see about doing that, and also be able to buy food and put money away for things. I know, I knew this would be tough, especially with having to do the car rental, but I also know that it's necessary right now. So I'm working on it. So, and that's what matters most, is that I'm at least working on things. So, but yeah, that's the game plan today. I'll cook up I bought a small package of chicken breasts. I'll cook those up and have side salad for breakfast. Get rolling with the bread, with getting that to rise. I should only need probably a couple hours for proofing, and 2, maybe 3 hours, something like that. Oh, I gotta get laundry going. Shit. I just thought of something. I know what I can do. Mommy's getting brilliant. I was just thinking I only have one towel. So no, to proof the bread, it's better to throw a towel over it. I don't know why. But I need to wash my kitchen towel. And then I'm like, oh, what could I do? Old t-shirt. Okay. I could throw that on top, and that'll be fine. Because I gotta wash my kitchen towel today. And unfortunately, the ones that they have, they use their laundry detergent, and that's just nasty. I don't understand why people have to use smelly laundry detergents and so forth, because then you're getting all that in your food, and then it's tasting perfumey. Ooh, gross. Yuck. No. So, even drying with it, drying your dishes, it leaves that residue behind, and ugh. I know, and it's funny, they have this commercial, Gain has this commercial out for perfumey and this and that, and it just smells so good. I know, and Rick is always saying that. I'm like, I don't understand why you use this crap. And he's like, but it smells good. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's like, you get around it, and it just, ew. Ugh. And I've never really used it. I only use stuff that my body wasn't allergic to, basically. And it's like, yuck. I never was into any of that smelly stuff. It's just gross. Ugh. Oh, well. It is what it is. We live in a smelly world. Isn't that right? Hi. What you doing? Are you gonna sit down on the phone? Are you gonna sit down on the phone? Oh, okay. She can't figure out. I hope you all enjoy seeing her butt. Did you want to show your butt off to the world? I know, it's such a cute butt. Yeah, it's such a cute butt. Or were you trying to tell everybody to kiss your ass? Silly girl. But yeah, after I got done eating, I kind of died for a few hours. I woke up and I'm like, it was like 1 in the morning, something like that. And I was just like, oh crud, I need to go downstairs and take my nighttime insulin. So I did that, came upstairs and died. Pretty much slept all night. Got caught up on some sleep, which I desperately, desperately needed. Yeah. Did rain a little bit last night. I saw that it was raining out, or at least it had been raining anyway when I woke up. But it's clear skies for the most part. That cold front, I get seen before I went out to work. Excuse me. I seen that the National Weather Service had put out a notification about this storm system that was coming in, and mostly about the air quality index. With this cold front blowing through, it was also going to be pushing some smoke in from the not California, but Canadian wildfires that have been burning up there in central Canada. So used to blaming California with all their wildfires. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I seen that earlier. I think it was last week or a week before. I don't remember, but yeah, Central California, they had wildfires going, and then North Rim, of the Grand Canyon also got sparked by lightning. That one definitely, the one in Central Cali, they had no idea how it got started, at least at that point. I don't know if they found out since then. But I'm just like, yeah, in a way, I'm glad I'm not out there right now. Because with it hitting two different directions, very possible that it hit Vegas. So I'm like, yep, glad I'm not there. Especially North Rim. Very possible. Because we weren't too far from the North Rim. So, yeah. Yeah, right. But it's, of course, going to depend on how the winds were blowing. But today, we were supposed to have heightened AQI levels. So, until it blows out, I think tomorrow, something like that. So, Angie I know she was a little bit concerned about it. And she's like, well, if you decide to go out and about, and just be warned, basically. And I was like, yep, I know. I'll be wearing my mask. She's actually working this weekend, but she sent me a link for, I would love to go. We both would love to go, but I'm broke. I'm officially broke now. And it would have to depend on if she gets off from work early. But I've got so much to do today, and to tell you the truth, I just want to relax. But it would be really cool. It's supposed to be, remember when we were kids and we had the book fairs? But this is an adult book fair where they're even serving beer, and they had all sorts of publishers there where you could peruse all kinds of different books and stuff. One publisher, I think it was that they had theirs metaphysical. Maybe a startup or something. I'm not too sure. I haven't heard of them before. But just by the name, it's Queen of Swords. So I'm like, yeah, definitely tarot related. So it's like, yeah, okay. So possible metaphysical related, which of course is a big draw for me. But yeah, I'm wiped. I just need to chill. I know that bread sounds so damn good. It really does. I know I'm gonna need to get my butt down there and bake it, huh? Take out some butter too. Yeah. I got everything I need to make it too, so. But, and they also were supposed to have craft items, and it's like, but I'm broke. Yeah, there is a $10 admission. I think they also have a drink ticket with it, but the question is it for basically a $10 beer, or can you use it for another drink item, since neither of us drink. So it's like, but I'm wiped. And of course it would depend on if, and it's right up our alley, something that we would both enjoy. But she's got to work, and like I said, I'm broke. I'd have enough money to cover the admission ticket and the other bank account, but I just don't want to do it. I just plain flat out don't want to go. I just want to relax, chill, and yeah. If I knew about it ahead, she didn't find out about it. She was listening to the radio and heard it on there, and it's like maybe if we knew about it ahead of time, then maybe we could have planned a little bit better. But since it's last minute, it's just kind of like, I don't want to go. It's kind of one of those things, but that's okay. Yeah. I'd much rather cook. Bake some bread. Gosh, that bread sounds so good. It really does. have some bread. I also got all my fruit. I got to prep all that. They had cherries. Yeah, I had some black cherries there on sale, and yeah. And I'm going to enjoy my new cup. It's actually bigger. It's same style, but it's actually bigger, so I'm going to be able to have more teas. And I remembered my green tea, too. Like, yeah. So, I'm excited to be able to start building everything. I've decided I'm going to settle up in Anoka. Yeah, I was, after everything that had happened with well, not necessarily just my GPS, but my phone the other night crashing, I was trying to find an area map. The only printed map that I could find, at least in the few places that I looked, was a map of Wisconsin. Like, that's not going to help me very much unless I go over to Wisconsin. I mean, the border isn't very far. I think it's like an hour's drive from here or something like that. Yeah, because I know it's like 2 hours to La Crosse from what I was told, from what I've been told. So I think it's probably like maybe an hour's drive to the border. So, and the reason why I mentioned La Crosse is that's where my grandmother and well, basically her boyfriend, the only grandfather that I knew on that side of the family, that's where they're both buried. So, but yeah, I would love to go out there at some point and see him. But anyway, I haven't been back to my grandmother's grave in almost 40 years. Anyway, you have to understand that situation to understand why I kind of, yeah, whatever. So, anyway, I remember Angie telling me that she still had a printed map, and I'm like, do you mind if I borrow that for a while? At least, that's all I really was wanting. I wouldn't mind having a book map, just in case, so I can look up street crossings. But I think in order for me to find that, I'm going to have to go to Barnes & Noble. I knew that with the money being low, that is something that I would not want to be putting my money towards at this point. But I wouldn't mind maybe getting one of those fold-out maps, and basically like an aerial or whatever, and that's what she has. So I was kind of looking at that a little bit last night, and that helped. It's like, okay, this is all making a lot more sense now. So at least I have a better visual in my head with a lot of the streets, a lot of the areas that I wind up in, and so forth. But yeah, I was taking a look at things. I'm like, okay, now I understand the long drive to Rogers, and especially St. Michael. I had no idea that St. Michael's actually further out than what Rogers is. It's like, okay. And I have a better idea as far as like New Hope and Robbinsdale and, these sorts of areas. Brooklyn Park, so on and so forth. Where those, because I wind up over there on the west side quite a bit, but I really wasn't, I was thinking more, I didn't realize that Robbinsdale was right next door to New Hope. I thought that they were more spread apart, and I thought Robbinsdale, for whatever reason, I was thinking they were all more on the east side. I don't know. I had no idea they were on the west side. It's like, oh, okay. No idea. But that helped with getting that aerial and being able to see something more printed to be able to figure things out and so forth. So that was good. And but no, I really like Anoka. So I'm gonna take a look there when I'm ready. I'm gonna take a look there and see about finding some place where I can at least, get my feet wet. I still would like to be able to find a plot of land or something, at least to have a little bit of land for a little garden. I don't know, I have had it go through my head quite a bit. I would love to, Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I would love to have a farm. I really, really would, even if it's just a hobby farm. Um, but I at least would like to have a hobby farm. At least that. I don't know if I want to go and have a full-blown farm and have it that as my full source of income. I haven't quite made that leap yet. Um, but I've been seriously considering it. Seriously considering it. But I want to do some more research before I make that decision. But at least, like I said, I'd at least like to have a hobby farm. Um, yeah, but I gotta work myself up, of course, for that. Um, but at least with getting myself rolling, with moving out and so forth, um, getting, yeah, living up there in Anoka. I really liked it. I really do like it up there. It's really, really cute and quaint and so forth. So, yeah. Yeah, right. But, yeah. The main thing right now is financial. I know I was working on the exercises and so forth, but I'm holding off for right now. I'm just trying to get myself situated with work schedule and so forth and building up my finances. That's my main goal right now. Um, and at least I'm at a point where I'm pretty settled, situated, where I'm not needing to being like, crud, I'm in a little bit of a situation here. So I'm supporting myself in that way. I would like to be able to start contributing to the house a little bit more, at least financially. Even though they haven't asked or anything, I would like to be able to do that until I can at least get myself on my feet. Um, running the car rental through my credit bill or card, and then of course having that connected up to my that basically of course gets reported back to the credit bureaus, and with the one who is Experian or whatever, I always want to call them Expedia. Hey, why not? Same first letters. But anyway, they'll pick up on that also as a recurring bill, and that will help with my credit score as well. And that'll also, of course, help with me being able to buy a car again. So, and then I'll be able to eliminate that bill. So, but slowly, I mean, it's all a process. Like they always say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, same thing with this. My credit wasn't ruined in a day either. It was a process. But the main thing is, I am rebuilding. I had to get myself, my physical, mental, spiritual, all that taken care of first. And of course, I'm still working on the spiritual, working on the triggers and so forth. These retrogrades are definitely going to be showing all that. And I knew that. I knew this was going to be an intense month. And it has been. But yeah, it's, yeah, like I said, it's been important for me to take care of all that first before I could work. I mean, I wouldn't be able to. It's like Angie had said yesterday, with the hours, with the amount of miles that I'm driving now and so forth. Wouldn't have been able to do it a couple months ago. So, yeah. And we're all amazed at how well I'm doing. We really are. But it's been good. It really has. So, but yeah, figured out, of course, I was around the Twin Stadium quite a bit the other night. That was kind of fun. Kind of. They were hosting the Cubbies, so that was really cool to see some Cubbies jerseys walking around, some Cubbies shirts. It's like, wow, I haven't seen that in a while. And we used to actually, they used to train out there, and not train, but host some preseason games there at Castron Field, out there in Vegas, and I hadn't seen that in a little while. But anyway, and then the Vikings Stadium, that's a beautiful stadium. Hell of a lot better than the Raiders Stadium. Giant Roomba sitting out there in the middle of the desert. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. It's disgusting. Can't stand that thing. It's like gross. But oh well. But yeah, to me it looks like a giant Roomba sitting there. That's what a lot of people call it, actually. It's not doing a very good job of getting rid of all the dust and so forth. Probably because it's stationary. Maybe you should put it on wheels. Have it go around and suck up all the... Oh, gosh. I think I'm funny, don't I? Oh, well. But no, the Vikings Stadium, it's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I was been trying to figure out, I'm like, what is that? It's the U.S. Bank Stadium. And I'm like, what is that? And it's like, I know I had seen other sides of it, but I actually got to see the front the other night. It's a very beautiful stadium. I'd like to see it during the day. I know at nighttime it's really beautiful. So, and I guess the other one with the United Stadium, I'm going to say that's the hockey stadium. So, yeah, I am going to go to hockey games at some point, and I wouldn't mind going to a Twins game. When I was growing up, it was always, of course, with living in Michigan, it was Tigers first, no matter what. The Tigers always came first as far as American League was concerned. National League was always the Cubbies. After that, it was the White Sox and then the Twins. Of course, region, And we would also support the Red Sox, too, as far as American League was concerned. Not a whole lot in the way of National League. Mostly the Cubbies. So, but yeah, it was always, those were the teams when I was a kid living in Michigan. So I don't mind supporting the Twins because of it. National League, I don't mind supporting the Padres. I went to a couple Padres games when I was in San Diego vacationing that one time. That was actually just before my mom passed away. So, yeah, I don't mind supporting the Padres. I love those guys. But football, sorry. I just don't give a shit. Plain flat out. I don't give a shit. So, yeah, and I saw that the kids, there's some sort of, I don't know if it's regional, a USA Cup soccer thing going on over here in Blaine with the soccer fields over there. Huge event. So I don't know if it's a national thing or what, but it's like, wow. It was pretty big. I wound up running into that yesterday. I really don't follow soccer either, but I'd have to find a team if I did. I know it can be pretty intense. But hockey, sorry, it's going to be my boys, my Knights, always. But I'll support the Wild, too, now that I live here. But if it's a matchup, sorry, it's going to be my Knights every time. So, but anyway. All right, I should stop rambling and get myself moving with things. So I gotta cook breakfast yet, too. Oh. Alright. I'll talk at you later. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed Possum's ass. Love you.